So now with our basic principles of entropy and the entropy equations, I'm going to do two classical examples for the impossible devices. The first one is the Clausius statement based on what I call, in my own words, is you can't have or make a magic fridge. What would a magic fridge look like? Well, suppose we're stuck with this problem of Sgen having to be greater than or equal to 0. If it's not greater than or equal to 0, this becomes impossible, if not true. So let's make a simple device that captures a little bit of this information. So we have two thermal reservoirs. What the thermal reservoir? Just think about it as a big body of water or something that it's not going to change the temperature during the process of the device. And there is some heat transfer Q2 that comes from the Earth's this Clausius device. Or I like to call it as the magic fridge. I wish we could have a magic fridge. It'd be great. And then we have the heat being pulled off of a different thermal reservoir at temperature T1 with a thermal heat conductivity of Q1, and then this important feature, temperature 2 in thermal reservoir 2 is higher than temperature 1. So what we are saying is that this process is not possible. Right now we have no work going in. So we have no mass, so the mass balance is trivial. Mass balance, no mass flow. So the process, mass, no mass flow, done. Check. 2, energy balance. Not balance. Okay, energy balance. We'll use the integrated form. We could use either form, I don't care. Let's say that UF inside of one cycle of this device minus UI. The device is at the same at end as it was in beginning, same as it ever was, I should say. So that we would say that there's no energy difference, and this equals to Q1 plus Q2 plus work. Oh, wait, it's magic, so there's no work. We cross the work term out. So then what do we have? Oh, energy balance gives us Q1 equals minus Q2. Nothing wrong with that so far. Energy balance says, sure, this should work. No problem. But if that was all that there was to it, then we'd have a magic fridge. So let's bring out our lovely entropy balance integrated form or the difference form equation and have the same statement. The same at the end as it was at the beginning and the same as it ever was after one cycle. The entropy in the device is exactly the same as it was. And this is equal to Q1 over temperature 1 plus Q2 over temperature 2 plus Sgen, which has to be positive. So let's calculate what Sgen is. Sgen is then equal to minus Q2 over T2 minus Q1 over T1 equals Q1 over T2 minus Q1 over T1, which equals Q1 times 1 over t2 minus 1 over t1. But if 1 over t2, if t2 is bigger, then this whole fraction is smaller. A small number minus a number that's bigger becomes negative. But that's not possible because Sgen has to be positive. So for Sgen to be greater than or equal to 0, then either t2 equals t1 or t2 has to be less than t1, but this goes exactly against what we stated in our problem statement. Therefore, this is impossible. And no magic fridge. Oops. That's thermodynamics. Blah.